Bienvenue à 12.2. Depuis, pendant, pour. They all mean for, or are usually translated as for. Now, let's just look at the types of things that we say for in English, and then we'll see that we have 3 different words here in French, but we need to choose between them. So let's talk about depuis. Depuis is important because it's begun in the past and it's continuing right now until the present, and it's still true in the present. Now that sounds confusing, but really it's not. It just means, for instance, I have, and it's usually translated as I have been, okay, studying French. Okay, I have been something for. So I have been studying French for. I have been going out with my boyfriend for. So you're talking about it's true now, and how long ago did this start? So, but, okay, and this is where it's tricky. We see it like this, I have been, like this weird tense. It's just the present tense. That's all. So this, don't let the English that you use confuse you. The French is actually really easy. So even though it's I have been studying and you're going to be tempted to use some like weird passé composé something, don't. It's just j'étudie le français depuis, and then you add the time. J'étudie le français depuis un an. You've been studying for 1 year, and you're still studying. J'étudie le français depuis, okay, 10 ans. J'étudie le français depuis 5 ans. Je sors avec lui depuis un an. So I've been going out with him for a year. I'm still going out with him. It started a year ago. So yeah, and it's really what you'll see is it's not a complete activity. It's still going on. It started in the past, going to the present. And that's the big thing. This one is really obvious. Starts back there, still true today. Now, for these other ones, it's a little different. Pendant, when it's talking about the past, is a completed activity. So maybe you're no longer studying French. So you just studied it during high school. 4 ans. J'ai étudié le français pendant 3 ans. So I studied French for 3 years. It's done, and it's not continuing now. Back in high school, I studied French for 3 years. J'ai étudié le français pendant 3 ans. So it's talking about like for the certain amount of time. So I studied French for 3 years. But again, it's a different sense here. Okay, this is I have been, it's still continuing. This one happened before, it's done, and it can still refer to the future. So let's see, but yeah, it can still refer to the future, in which case you would use it exactly how you would think you were going to use it. Je vais rester, we'll say that, je vais rester chez un ami pendant le weekend. Okay? So, and remember, a weekend, a month, it's the same thing as like 3 years, a day. It looks like a noun. It doesn't have a number, I know, but it's still a period of time. Okay? Or, like, I studied, maybe you just say for 1 hour. J'ai étudié français pendant 1 heure. For 1 hour, I studied French. So that brings us to pour, because a lot of times you like to use j'ai étudié le français pour 1 heure. Pour, I think it just rhymes with for, so you're more likely to use it. Try to use pendant. For pour, want to just highlight that it's a very tricky difference. So really, I want you to look for pour, or look to use it when you see the verbs partir, aller, or when you're giving a reason. So for instance, je pars en vacances. Whoop. Pour l'été. Okay, so we have partir. Okay, I'm leaving on vacation. Okay, I'm going on vacation for the summer. Je vais. Let's see. Je vais chez eux. I'm going to their place pour 2 semaines. Okay, we have aller with for. Okay, and a lot of times this is for what an intended duration, not necessarily what happened, but what you're planning on doing. But really, just look for partir, aller, and then the other case that I mentioned is why you're doing something. So, je vais au centre commercial pour acheter des vêtements. Vêtements. Okay, so it's worth really telling why you're going to do something. Main thing I want you to know is depuis. Okay, you have to know that that's starting and then continuing. So I have been doing something, but don't let the English confuse you. You just use depuis and then the present tense in French. Okay, pendant, remember in the past it's completed. That's different than depuis. So these are the main things that you should know. The difference between pour, look for partir, aller, and giving reasons for doing something, like pour acheter plus a verb. Okay? Au revoir.